What's going on, everybody? Doug here, one of the host, producers, and creators of the Genre of Your Life podcast, here with a very, 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 very long overdue review roundup episode for you all this week. I teased in the last one, this is going to be my review of Companion and Flight Risk. Again, two very, very different movies. Probably a theme of my review episodes have been like picking two very different movies. I try to do some kind of same genre at time, or two movies like similar genre or similar kind of style, but this time, no, these are two very, and I mean very, very different movies. Again, long overdue. This month has been crazy. February was crazy with work and personal stuff going on, so please forgive me. But yeah, no, I'm really happy to be here with you all with my two, again, overdue and very highly awaited review roundup episodes. Like I said, you heard me tease about a few weeks ago, Companion movie that I'm just raving about to the high heavens, and Flight Risk. Well, Flight Risk is Flight Risk. It's a movie. I'll give it that. So yeah, two very different movies and two very different reviews, I will say, of each movie. But forgive me for getting this to you guys so late. I should have another episode for you all, hopefully before we leave, because this week me and Nick are leaving for South by Southwest on Thursday. A lot of coverage for you guys there, so look out for that. Have your YouTube, Spotify, Apple, TikTok, or Instagram. We have a lot of coverage for you guys, so have your notifications ready. But of course, as always, you can find the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, or your favorite podcast platform of choice. Also, again, our now beautiful video element of the show on our YouTube page, youtube.com/Midway Avenue Productions. Whether you're on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, please subscribe. There's blue in the background for our video audience. Please subscribe, rate the show. We want to hear from you all. Again, your feedback means the world to us. Again, positive, negative, or neutral. It means a lot to us. You're still watching the show. So thank you all for tuning in, and we hope you're still enjoying the Genre of Your Life podcast. Alrighty, guys. Like I said, I have two reviews for you all this week, this episode, but I might have another one for you all before we leave. Hopefully, it's my review of The Monkey as well as Hard Eyes, but stay tuned for that. Hopefully, get out to you guys tomorrow, if not Thursday, probably Friday too, but a lot of cool coverage for you guys. We're kind of planning our week right now for South by Southwest, so look out for that. Again, we're here for the main event, Companion and Flight Risk. I will start off with Companion, because if you've heard me now on the podcast, maybe a few weeks ago or on my last review roundup episode, I truly, truly have been praising this movie from the high heavens. I love this movie so much. I have now seen this movie 3 times in theaters, and I haven't done that in a long time, I'll be honest with you. I saw Deadpool Wolverine. That's not true. I saw The Fall Guy I Love twice. I saw Deadpool Wolverine 3 times, but not as quickly as I did with this movie. I saw it 3 times within a span of a week, maybe a week and a half. I love this movie so much. It's from the creators of Barbarian. If you've heard me on the show before, or any kind of reaction, Barbarian is probably one of my favorite movies the past 10 years, and probably now one of my favorite horror movies I've seen probably ever in my life. It's same team behind, so if you haven't seen Barbarian, I'm not gonna spoil that movie for you, but please go see Barbarian. I think it's streaming on Hulu. You can't buy it on Blu-ray yet. Come on, Disney, Fox, make it happen, guys. For us physical media collectors, we want to see it on Blu-ray. But same team behind it. So again, I was already intrigued by that. The first trailer was phenomenal, great teaser. However, due to the second trailer and the marketing that came out afterwards, I'm going to keep this review spoiler as much as I can, because I do not want this to spoil this movie to anyone if you haven't seen it yet. Just because this movie is just remarkable. So with that said, go in blind. If you haven't seen any of the trailers, any of the marketing, please go in blind. If I were you, please. You will do yourself a huge favor if you ignore all the trailers and the marketing. Trust me. But thank you, Regal Limited, having the amazing Regal Limited pass, for having kind of the awesome pass that you are. That tells me now 3 times in the span of a week and a half of each other. Again, but if you don't know Companion, heard about it, to keep it very non-spoiler, like I said, a weekend getaway with friends at a remote cabin turns into chaos after it's revealed that one of the guests is not what they seem. And I'm going to keep it at that. Again, Drew Hancock made this movie. He's the writer-director of this movie. I believe this is his directorial debut. It's a right, that's Zach Cregger, who did Barbarian. Drew Hancock, man, knocked out of the park with his first time directing. He's written stuff before. I think he was a writer on like Blue Mountain State, a lot of TV sitcoms, a lot of TV series, but this is his first really big movie. Man, this guy, get this man a deal at any kind of studio or production company, because this guy is a remarkable storyteller. The whole time I'm like, this is very Hancock, despite his naming Hancock, Hitchcock. No, sorry, Hancock, Hitchcock. This movie is very Hitchcocky for sure. It is very kind of like Barbarian to a degree. But again, the less you know, the better. Oh man, this movie's crazy good. It's bloody, it's gory, it's very funny, it has a lot to say, and man, it is in a way charming despite its being sinister at times. Where I begin, Sophie Thatcher, man, is a star. I only saw her in Heretic about a few months ago, and I'll be honest with you, Heretic kind of bored me. I just wasn't feeling that movie. I was very bored. I just kind of was like, this is really a little overhyped for me. Hugh Grant was very good because he's kind of playing against type, but that was my kind of first intro to seeing Sophie Thatcher on a movie, or in a movie, because I didn't see The Boogeyman. I heard Yellow Jackets is amazing. I watched that show eventually, but man, this is her movie, and she's a movie star. She's charming. She's very witty. The way she plays this character, keeping this non-spoiler, is just, it is top tier. I mean, again, a lot of the movie is just from her emotions, and I'm really glad that I didn't really know much about her before seeing this, except for seeing her in Heretic, because I was like, if this was like Ana de Armas or Zendaya or whatever, it'd been like, I see the movie star of those actresses. Again, phenomenal actresses for sure, like Margot Robbie, Samara Weaving, I'm trying to think all these different actresses, but it was just like, all right, I've seen this before. But with her, not knowing really much about her as an actress, she just, again, watching her, I was glued to the screen because I was like, wow, her performance is so mesmerizing. It's so just, it's kinetic, it's energetic, it's just everything. I'm like, wow. And a lot of it is most of this movie, because it's a very low budget movie, a lot of it stuff is in frame, practical, a lot of like, you know, kind of like practical, a lot of stunts, and a lot of the stunts she does in this movie, I was like, wow, good for her, because she's really owning this role. Man, she's a movie star. I cannot wait to see what she does next as an actress. Definitely on my new radar. I've got people to watch, look out for her as a movie star. Man, she's great. She's so good in this, and just the way she plays this charming yet sinister yet kind of just like a vulnerable character, it was just very refreshing to see. Like, I've seen a lot of great performances the past couple of years, but man, her performance especially just really just got to me for some reason. I'm like, wow, this girl is just phenomenal. So this is her movie, and she owns it, man. Again, like I said, she's a movie star. I cannot wait to see what she does next as an actress. Speaking of which, I really do like Jack Quaid, man. Jack Quaid to me is becoming one of my favorite actors to watch right now. I love him in The Boys. I remember seeing him in one of like the kind of like the douchier district kids from the first Hunger Games movie. Being a big fan of The Boys, and now this movie, and even his small role in Oppenheimer, this kid has got pizzazz, man. This kid got the charm to it. Despite him being a nepo baby, you know, son of Dennis Quaid and the son of Meg Ryan, I definitely see more of his mom than Dennis Quaid. I'll be honest. But man, these two have just fantastic chemistry. And, you know, I do talk about chemistry a lot in movies recently, a lot of TV shows, but their chemistry to me was very unique. And keep it on spoiler, very unique, because when you see, you understand of like, oh, interesting. Okay, it's interesting, whatever. But man, like, these two together were perfectly casted, and I really can't see anyone else playing off each other or kind of being cast in these roles, because, again, I think Sophie Thatcher brings out a great performance out of Jack Quaid, and Jack Quaid vice versa to Sophie Thatcher. But man, it just seeing them together was very charming, despite the movie being dark and brutal at times. We're just like, oh boy, but man, them together just worked. Again, it's also, again, like I said, it's very funny. Like, there's some scenes with that they're both in together. Like, wow, this is pretty funny, despite the like kind of like dark nature of the movie. Again, I'm a huge fan of these actors, and again, I'm looking forward to seeing Jack Quaid and Novocaine. Loving the trailer so far. And again, I've heard he's a good dude too, so I always love rooting for good people in the industry. So again, Jack Quaid in this was also remarkable, and it just these two together were just bravo. And I do hope that they work with Drew Hancock on other films of his in the future. But yeah, this movie's great. I know I'm like a broken drum. Like, we get it, man. I've been telling literally all my friends, personal friends, coworkers, peers, family, like, you gotta see this movie, man. It just, I'm praising the movie to the high heavens, like I said. The supporting cast too, and I'm blanking on. I knew it was Lucas Gage, who was in, you know, Smile, White Lotus, Roadhouse, great actor. And I'm blanking on my man's name. He was in Internship. He's also in. What was he in? He was in What We Do in the Shadows, which I haven't really seen. I've seen a few things of that show. Like it, don't love it. Harvey Guillen, I'm probably butchering his name. Harvey Guillen and also Megan Suri. The supporting cast in this really adds a lot to the movie too. Again, Seth knowing Lucas Cage and Harvey, I knew a few things. I knew Megan before, so it was like, cool, who's this actress? And again, Drew Hancock brings out a lot of great performances in the supporting cast. Because I think what Jack Cregger did in Barbarian with Georgina Campbell, even Bill Skarsgård, and Justin Long, he really brought out some great kind of playing against type. Well, not playing against type because Bill Skarsgård kind of playing the kind of creepy guy and like whether Nosferatu or It, whatever, but. With Justin Long and not knowing much about Georgina Campbell and Barbarian, is that these guys know how to bring great performances out of this kind of dark and twisted material. Where you're like, wow, man, the writing in this also is just sharp and very clever to the point. But again, I see a lot of similarities between Zach Cregger and where are they together? And Drew Hancock of how they kind of like approach kind of this not slow build, but like they really good at kind of like easing in tension, kind of building suspense, kind of like luring you into like what's going to happen, whatever. However, like I said, I think the marketing was better on Barbarian because Barbarian was very kind of kept to his chest and very close. Where I think, and no offense, WB and New Line Cinema, I do think the marketing kind of fumbled the bag with the showing the twist of so in the marketing for Companion. So I was like, oh, I wish the marketing team of Barbarian worked on this marketing. But with that said, though, I see a lot of great similarities between both these filmmakers. Again, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do next. I know Cregger has a movie coming out called Weapons that was like a huge like talk of the town script after Barbarian came out. So I cannot wait to see Weapons. I think comes out this year, if not next year. So I'm hyped for that. But again, these two guys really are coming to my favorite new kind of like two like filmmakers to look out for. Of all their work, like even the trailer too. It says from the unhinged creators of Barbarian. That's what hooked me. I'm seeing the trailer. I was like, love Barbarian. I'm sold. And I really just wish I only saw the first trailer because I was like, damn. Seeing the second trailer, I was like, no. Yeah. Again, supporting cast is great. Everyone in this movie is casted well, and despite the movie having some serious consequences to certain characters and certain elements, certain story plots, everyone brings their A game. And again, I think that's the beauty of like kind of smaller budget movies. I think when you have smaller budget for certain movies, you really get some amazing performances, even with big budget stuff too. Don't get me wrong, but with this movie, it's like everyone was on board and they kind of trusted Drew Hancock's vision of this movie, and everyone with cast is great. Seriously, everyone in this movie has a moment to shine. Has a kind of moment, kind of like look at me as an actor. Yeah, this cast was just again chef's kiss. We're there, but yeah, again, I keep thinking about Sophie Thatcher, man. She really just owns this movie to the fullest. And again, it's it was kind of like when I saw Ana de Armas really in Blade Runner 2049, where I was like, it was a certain performance, certain way she kind of like owned that role of Joy. In that movie, I was like, who is this actress, man? She's really just mesmerizing. She's very just like commanding the screen. And I felt the exact same way watching Sophie Thatcher in this movie. Again, I'm not going to compare this movie to really much about, again, it is very bloody, very gory. Again, it's really funny. I'm trying to compare this movie to other kind of things to kind of like, throw you off the trail, whatever. But it's a thriller. It's a comedy. It's a horror. It's a drama. If I had to compare it, again, I would say Barbarian to a degree. Maybe give it a hint, maybe a very popular anthology show on Netflix. I'll keep it at that. The pace of this movie just goes. It's an hour and a half, hour 35. Man, the pace in this just goes. Not a lot of fat in this movie. Like, I can't think that should have been trimmed or be like, oh, we get it, whatever. And the fact that I saw this movie 3 times within a week of each other, I was like, it kept calling me, and I'm really bummed that it didn't do the numbers that it could have done for the box office. It did well for the budget that it was. It was a very smaller budget movie for a Warner Brothers New Line Cinema film, but man, I didn't really do the numbers that it could have been. But again, this is why I really this movie's original. First off, where's my manners? This movie's so original. It is. And I think that I really give kudos to New Line and Warner Brothers for, again, investing in original filmmaking. This is why we go to the movies. Movies like this is like just the escape of it all. Yes, there's some very heavy and very kind of delicate themes in the movie for sure. Don't get me wrong. With that said, though, seeing that a major studio like WB New Cinema committed this movie, a theatrical movie, the original, not an IP, gives me faith in the movie going experience. However, it not doing well kind of scares me because I'm like, this movie should have made 30-40 mil opening weekend, not like 9.5 whatever it made, and that kind of breaks my heart. But again, it just seeing original movies like this on the big screen is so refreshing because again, this really could have been a Netflix movie, could have been a Hulu movie, but again, I feel like really with having Zach Cregger behind it. Also, sorry for my tangent, Roy Lee, this guy to me is becoming just this powerhouse producer. From Barbarian, he also produced Woman of the Hour, Anna Kendrick's debut as a director. Man, he produced it again, Barbarian. This guy really knows talent very well. I think he's the CEO of Vertigo Entertainment. Oh, he produced Strange Darling, a movie that you probably heard me rave about last year. Also in my top 10 of last year. Again, his resume: Godzilla vs. Kong, The Strangers, Companion, Boy Kills World, Woman of the Hour, Strange Darling, Don't Worry Darling, Land with the Devil, a movie that I loved as well last year. Godzilla vs. Kong, Watcher, The Turning, again, Dr. Sleep, It, Godzilla, again, Lego movie, whatever. This guy really, really, and I mean, Run All Night. I love Run All Night. Super underrated Liam Neeson movie. This guy really knows talent very, very well. I think he's good eye for kind of like up-and-coming filmmakers. Again, Zach Cregger, Drew Hancock, as well as I think J.T. Molnar, who directed Strange Darling. I did. This guy to me has been really producing some gold, and movies are in my top 10 of the past couple of years. So I have to give a huge shout out to Roy Lee as a producer. Like, he really knows some amazing scripts, knows some amazing producers, knows some amazing filmmakers and storytellers. Because I think he really knows like this genre of filmmaking very well. So shout out to you, Roy Lee. But yeah, guys, this movie just, man, I love this movie so much, man. I know. Shut up, Doug. But no, I can't get off of this movie because again, I just had a big giddy smile on my face, and I really haven't left a movie theater like what a movie like this in a long time, where I was buzzing like just like crazy, texting all my friends. I know my film buddies Seth and Nina were like raving about the movie too. But I think Seth saw like months ago, like, dude, you guys gotta see Companion. Man, this movie's great. This movie's so good, and I wish I could see it more times in theaters. I almost did, but I was like, I remember I saw the last showing of it at my Regal next to my apartment. I was like, man, I'm retiring this movie, even though it was going away from my local cinema. But man, I was telling my friends about it. I was telling my buddies at work, guys at work, everyone at work, see Companion. If you like original filmmaking, go support original filmmaking. So my call to action to you guys: if you can see Companion on the big screen, please do it. I know I'm really late with my review. Forgive me. You can definitely watch it now on Apple TV. Like, you can rent it and buy it on Apple TV, whatever, or Amazon Video, blah, blah, blah. But if you can find a theater, you're doing yourself a huge service if you do see it on the big screen, because, again, films like this deserve all support and our money. Even for a Regal Limited member like myself, I'm giving Companion really a rare 10 out of 10. I can't wait to own it on 4K. I'm definitely pre-owned this movie on 4K. I think I did already. But yeah, there's certain things that Drew Hancock does really well. Kind of, he builds this kind of suspense, kind of these little Easter eggs, not Easter eggs, but kind of little breadcrumbs here and there of like picking up what he's kind of putting down, kind of just like luring you in. And again, and of this budget that looks this good. Oh, awesome. So yeah, guys, please go see Companion. It just works on all levels. It works on just the technical level, filmmaking, writing, storytelling, acting, direction. There's one mid-credit scene that I wasn't like too crazy about, but it's kind of like a fun look, wink. Yeah, keeping this non-spoiler is definitely difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you. Hopefully, maybe we can do a spoiler discussion and we do a watch along when it comes on Blu-ray or whatever. But yeah, guys, I just raved about this movie so much. Please go see Companion. Like I said, if you see it in a local theater, still playing local theater, trust me, you're doing yourself a huge, huge, huge favor by seeing movies like this on the big screen. Because yeah, this movie rocks. Again, I really haven't buzzed. Seeing this reminded me a lot of how I felt about seeing Blade Runner 2049 when I walked out of it, or I'm trying to think, A Star Is Born in 2018, like, or Everybody Wants Him in 2016, like. This movie will for sure be in my top 10 of 2025. It will probably be number one. It's number one right now. There's a very good chance it will be number one to the very end of the year. So, the year is very young. I know it's only March. I know, no, hot take. But man, again, I've been thinking about this movie a lot. I couldn't stop thinking about it. It's just one of those movies that kind of just really hit me. For the best cinematic possible way. So yeah, Companion's giving it a 10 out of 10, which I have not given a movie a 10 out of 10 really in a long time. So Companion, kudos to you. All right, guys. Unfortunately, though, we now have to transition to a not so glowing review, and that is Mark Wahlberg's and Mel Gibson's Flight Risk, a movie that I did not have much faith about. I'll be honest with you. I really got to be honest with you. I really had little to no faith because first of all, the movie was coming out in October of last year, and then it was pushed back. I want to say till January. Again, I'm talking about a month ago, so again, forgive me for being so late. And never a good sign. Again, inside baseball too. I'll be honest. Inside baseball, whenever a movie's pushed back that long, and also as we work with Lionsgate, one of our people we work with for screenings, there was no screening for it, and we always say no screening for us for critics, not a good sign. And I really think the marketing of this movie was kind of like focusing on like Mark Wahlberg's really bad hair, bad hairdo, and also the y'all need a pilot, like kind of like meme. Like you can make a meme of like this movie can't be for real. Nope, sure enough, it's a movie, and there's that bald head right there for our video listeners. So, but you want some context on Flight Risk. Flight Risk follows a pilot transports an air marshal accompanying a fugitive to trial. As they cross the Alaskan wilderness, tensions soar and trust is tested, as not everyone on board is who they seem. If y'all heard me praise about Companion, go see this movie. Go see that movie. Opposite of Flight Risk, do not watch this movie. This movie is bad. This movie is laughably bad. But at the same time, it's also one of the funniest films I've seen in quite a while. Yes, this was the best comedy that isn't a comedy. And honestly, this movie is a joke. Everyone involved in this movie, you're better than this. Be better. From Mel Gibson as a filmmaker, as a director, Mark Wahlberg, someone who I admire, watched all my life, Topher Grace, and it was like actress' name, she was great in Gentleman, Michelle Dockery. Everyone in this movie should be better. Please be better. I don't know if this movie was made as a joke or like yeah, guys, like, ha, 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 this is great. Because the movie tries to be serious and it fails miserably. Like, it's complete failure. The movie, like, wants to be serious and they go, haha, joke, and the jokes never work. And I laugh because I was laughing at how bad this was and how badly some of the lines were delivered and the writing was. Like, it was like, we're in the middle of a life-death situation. Hey, what's your plan for dinner later? I'll take you on a date. What? Like, y'all can't be serious. Like, no way this was a mainstream budget, decently budget movie for Hollywood. No way. And the dialogue was just atrociously bad where I'm like, you guys can't be serious. You guys approve this? Who got final cut in this movie? And man, the performances, everyone to me is phoning this in. I really do think Mark Wahlberg was really trying to like do something with this. Again, as someone who's a big fan of him as an actor, man, dude, you're better than this. I've seen much better films of you. I'm not saying Me Time is better, but damn, I almost enjoyed Me Time with him and Kevin Hart a lot more than this. And that's saying something because that movie was awful. The CGI in this was atrocious. It just seems like one of those like movies you made for like made for Redbox or like straight to VOD, like early 90s kind of bullshit Hollywood movies. Like you would for sure see this movie made for the $5 bin at Walmart. You're like, come on, man. But again, bravo, because you guys made the best comedy I've seen in a long time. Not trying to be a comedy, but it's just, to me, like, even this movie is on an airplane for an hour and a half, you're just like, man, I was like, okay, there's 20 minutes. All right. Tell you what, it's an hour and a half, maybe hour 25 minus the credits. And when the movie ended, I said, wow, that was a joke. And I saw it. And there was an elder couple behind me. And when the movie ended, they legit went, yay, that was so good. I turned back. I said, "Yo, I mean, again, all films subjective. I get it. But I was sitting there. I'm like, you guys cannot applaud this movie for this, not this movie, guys, not this movie. Like, it's just so bad. It's so bad, and man, I really wish I had better things to say about this movie, because I don't. I really don't. And that's just, the nature of the biz, unfortunately. I just, there's something that winners, some are losers. This movie is a huge stinker. I think it did modestly well when it came out, like back in January. I mean, there must be an audience for it, but this was just laughably bad. Even the voice actors who were on like the comms and kind of just like talking to them, it's just like they were like, yeah, we'll be there for sure. You got this. No, the betrayal. Like, it was soap opera bad, but like times 1,000. And I was just like, did no one care this movie? It's just so bad. And I don't know really how to make this movie better. Again, I'm no filmmaker. Again, me and Nick and Moses are all aspiring filmmakers, of course, in certain elements of our career. But man, this movie is so bad. And I appreciate the laughs I had with this movie, and it just really just movie that was like, why was this made? Like, this could have been like a short film, maybe I've been better, a short film, maybe like a first time filmmaker. But again, it just seemed like no one in their right mind cared about this movie at all. And again, it is a laughably bad just joke of a movie that just is kind of a embarrassment to action thrillers like this. And like I said, everyone involved in this movie, you all are better than this. Really, I've seen you guys do some amazing work. Go back to that. Erase this movie out of your life. Get the Men in Black neuralizer. Doof. But this movie is it's bad. Again, like I said, I would lie to you that I definitely laughed at this movie quite a bit, and I appreciate the laughs this movie gave me, because this movie was so bad. Right, this movie was so bad. Again, it was not sponsored, but thank you, Regal Limited. I was like, wow, all right. Got my phone. What's playing? Oh, Companion's playing. Movie that I love so much. Doo-doo-doo. Saw Companion again. I said, I'm glad I did, because this movie, I wish it erased me from my memory, because I was just like, and I forgot about it honestly the day after. I was like, that movie was laughably bad. But do not waste your money on flight risk. I don't care if you watch it on Netflix or Amazon Prime. Save your hour and a half. Do something better. Oh, the ending of this is a joke too. Like, something happens, it's like, oh my gosh, you're safe. And the ending shot of this movie is so cringe and so funny that I was like, that's the final shot. People are peeking into an ambulance, and they're like, someone's crying. People are kind of like creeping and looking to an ambulance. Movie ends. And I said, wow. And also, there's a voice actor in this movie that has a pivotal role in this movie. And then when we see this person later on in the movie, it's a complete actor, different actor. They use the same voice actor. And I was like, could you not afford him? Like, was he not around for this shitty movie? It's so bad. It's so bad. But again, thanks for the last Flight Risk. Flight Risk is getting a solid 1 out of 10. Yeah, 1 out of 10. This movie is bad. This movie is so bad. Do not waste your time. Go watch Companion. Watch Companion 1,000 times if you have to. This movie is a joke. Do not watch Flight Risk. Please, 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 please. Like I said, I don't know really how to make this movie better. I said, make it should be a short film. But, what a joke this movie was. And some people shouldn't be comedians. And this movie proves that. So, yeah, guys, that is my very two different reviews on this review roundup episode for you guys. Again, apologies for getting this to you guys so late. I put out my reaction like a few weeks ago. Like I said, work and personal stuff got in the way, so please forgive me. But I hope to have another review roundup episode for you guys before we leave for South by Southwest. And again, I will be much better moving forward. Going forward now, much better with these review roundup episodes for you guys on the channel, and of course our listeners on Spotify and Apple and Amazon and YouTube Music, or wherever podcast platform you're listening to this on. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. Again, go see Companion. Again, I will be praising this movie all year. You all will be sick of me for sure, but it is one of the best movies I've seen in a very, very long time, that I just adore and love so much. But do your job, support your local cinema, local theater. A lot of cool options out right now. And again, March getting started, man. We got Black Bag, Novocaine, Mickey 17, man, it's going to be a great month for movies. But till then, my friends, we'll see you guys at the movies.